windy, raining on and off. But I wanted to show you, Eaglet was just eating on leftovers itself. Didn't wait for Mama to feed it. Much cooler today from the mid-90s we had. We are at 60, windy, foggy, rainy. And all the animals are out because they love that kind of weather compared to the hot temps. And Eaglet is showing itself, that's why I'm live. Because usually we've got to wait evening, and it has changed again. It's got black feathers on the front, on the back, not just the wings. And I'm hoping it shows you again how it's actually feeding itself. And I think I'm going to have to get a light vest. Those 60 degrees after 95, 97 feels good. All the animals are out. They love that much cooler weather. Mama dear brought a phone right in front of my patio earlier. I filmed some shots. Filmed it from inside, but I eventually went outside and she let me film it. But as you can see, Eaglet has really changed. So a few days ago, it had mostly white on its belly, and hopefully it will spread its wings again. It's got a lot of black on its belly and its back. So it's almost changing daily. And as I decided to come live, it was actually feeding itself on leftovers. And I suppose with the parents being away from the nest at all times, if it's hungry, it's got to feed itself. It will be 2 months old on June 24th. But this is the first time since its birth we can actually film it. Usually it's too hot and it comes out for 5 minutes at most and then goes back inside the nest. And it's perched right by the foods that it was nibbling on, so hopefully it will do it again. but we went from 95 degrees to 60. So I'm guessing Eaglet is loving it. Anyway, I'm not going to comment too much because it's going to take from nature sounds. You can hear red-winged blackbirds, orioles, finches, blackbirds. Can't remember the name, but different from red-winged. Woodpeckers. And Mama might be down. And maybe that's what it's looking at. It's a 700 to 800 drop straight down. And at the bottom of this rock face is the river. That's where they get the rainbow trout from. Oh, it might pick at the food again. Hello, Yusuf Tekin. Sorry if I didn't say your name properly. Hi, the nightly CC. Yes, it's a baby eagle, golden eagle. An eaglet. It will be 2 months old on June 24th. And it's been hiding a lot as we were in the 90s, mid-90s. Today, temperature drastically dropped to 60 Fahrenheit with some rain on and off. So it's actually out from the nest ball showing itself. And it's changing fast and growing fast. I follow the eagle's nest every year from a private property. I'm on my patio, a mile away. If I go to the river, I'm too close and we see mostly the bottom of the nest. So this is actually the best part. And I was not able to stream a lot due to work, but also Eaglet trying to get shade inside the nest. So it's out today. So filming it while it's out. Filmed it on Friday evening. It was out 5 minutes and then went back inside the nest and came back up just before dark when Mama brought a fish and fed it. But I decided to come live because at its feet is some leftover food and it was picking on it and trying to self-feed. And I follow them yearly from birth to their first flight, and they hang out for a month or two after the first flight, learn to fly, learn to hunt with the parents. And I try to film it, but I've just got a phone on the scope, so it's not the best quality. But I'm not using any filters, music, AI, whatever. I keep it raw, authentic, unedited. I thought I would come on before the rain starts again. The saying that it will start to clear mid-afternoon, I hope they're right, because I was planning on taking pictures of the Milky Way. It should be a perfect night tonight and tomorrow. Since it's a new moon, the skies should be very dark. Perfect for a Milky Way. If you're away from town, look up in the sky. If you're new to my channel, turn on your notification bell. I cannot pre-plan my live streams since it's all about wildlife. It's whenever they show up and whenever I'm not working. Hey Tim. Eaglet is out as we dropped from mid-90s to 60. Just like that, in less than 24 hours, it got really cold. Well, yesterday afternoon it started. It's an eaglet, John Pickard. It's a baby golden eagle, will be 2 months on June 24th. And it's been hiding in the nest a lot due to scorching temperatures and hot sun. And today we had a huge temperature drop, so it's displaying itself. So I took the opportunity. And of course the wind is picking up, so it might shake the scope. Oh, it's 60 here till tomorrow, 45 at night. No need to say we had to turn off the AC. Hi, brr. I'm filming a golden eagle baby. It will be 2 months old on June 24th. And because the temperature really dropped from mid-90s to 60, it's actually outside of the nest and showing itself. So when it was born, it was all white. A few days ago, its belly was still mostly white. 2 days later, his belly has a lot of black feathers. It's growing fast. And when I came on, it was actually trying to feed itself on leftovers instead of waiting for mama to big feed it. She was still feeding it 2 days ago. Hi, INFG. J. There you go. It's going to try to feed itself again, I think, maybe. And as time goes by, it will start to flap its wing, hop on the nest, getting ready for its first flight. and I tried to film the first flight. I've got to look again how long from birth to find the watch time. Last year, the Eaglet took its first flight around 2 p.m. on July 4th. And it was one kind of a eaglet. Usually they migrate a few months after the first flight. That one stayed almost a year. It left 2 days before its first 1-year birthday. It left on March 16, and it would have turned 1 year on March 18th. Hey Snooks, happy Sunday. Sorry, last night I fell asleep on your stream. Well, on Peanut's stream. And Fatso showed up today. Finally, she went missing for 5 days, and I started to get extremely concerned and worried, because usually she goes missing, but she will eat the nuts from the peanut box I leave at a tree, and no nuts were touched at all. And today it was raining, but I was out at 5, looking at that tree hole where I saw no activity. And what do you know, she was out before 5. I came back around 7 to get some coffee, and she was waiting for me on my patio. So she's back, she's looking good. No wounds, no nothing. She just decided, she's done it a few times before. She went missing up to 10 days, but usually she eats the nuts, and no nuts. Oh, there you go, look, it's trying to self-feed. Hi, Frosty. And Mama Eagle might show up, or she might be taking a rest. The parents are a very, very young pair. They've still got some white feathers, so maybe 7 years old. And compared to the old pair that had been here almost 20, 25 years, after the first 2 weeks, they just leave the nest, leave the eaglets to mind themselves. They're learning as they go. Last year during the zoo went on a journey. She's migrated. Whoever gets to see her is lucky. She's one of a kind. But yeah, last year during the live stream, the parents were out of the nest. The 2 eaglets were alone, and they were on that nest they had just built, which wasn't very good. It was on a ledge full of snakes. A snake got the eaglet at 2 weeks old. But then Mama came flying down and she pulled the snake out of the nest. It was actually live when it happened. And this year they investigated because the nest was not occupied for a full year. So they added a foot on the top of the nest. Let me show you, it's a huge nest. The nest been here for over 30 years, according to the Rapture Center. They added a foot of twigs and branches, and they took it over. They didn't touch it for the first year, in case it was still occupied, and they took over it this year. It's harder to film on that nest because the bowl is so deep, And when they go in the winter, they disappear for a few months. I actually took a drone up there to take a good picture of the nest. It's well down on my community post. I think I posted it last winter. But that nest is strong. 30 years plus. You can hear some red-winged blackbirds, some finches, orioles, hummingbird might pop by, squirrels. And the deer is laying down in that tall grass. The grass is as tall, almost as tall as a adult deer. And the fawn was out earlier. She came right in front of my patio. Mama brought her over. It's practicing its wings. It's a huge drop, so it's got to be ready. It doesn't have room for mistakes. Oh, it's going to eat with its back to us. What a pity. Oh. Poop. So when it goes inside the nest, inside the bowl, you can't see it at all. This is how deep it is. I'll look if the deer is still there with the fawn. Nope. Looks like they're taking a nap in the tall grass, so I can't see them. I'll wait a bit longer in case Mama shows up. When the wind picks up, usually Mama shows up. And the wind is picking up. You can see it from the scope vibration. And she might be in the cave above it. For the new viewers, you might want to go backwards. It just laid down, showed us a nice wingspan. It was up for 24 minutes. I still haven't heard it calling, so it still hasn't used its vocals. And Papa, of course, disappeared after 2 weeks, like he does. The other pair, the Papa, was present all the way to the fledge. This Papa, after the first 2 weeks, just disappears. It shows up once it fledges. From what I saw last year, this is the second set of eaglets. So he's a light duty Papa. She might need to find a new partner. Uh, and it has a great panoramic view. It can see me, obviously. Hi, Nancy. It just went inside the nest. It was actually up, displaying for 24 minutes, which was awesome. This is the first time it stayed up this long. But that's because we went from mid-90s in temperature. So yesterday morning it was very hot, and by 3 p.m. temperature dropped, and it's now 60 degrees instead of mid-90s. So all the wildlife is out enjoying it. Eaglet was coming out around 7:30 p.m. It was just too hot. Sun beating on the nest. It's loving the light rain we had. We even had fog. Hi, Yessie Wolverines, how are you? Oh, that just reminded me, I haven't got any notifications. All my notifications have changed. Also, I'm on all notifications. I'm not getting my channels notifications. I haven't got one of yours in ages, and I've got so many channels. But seeing your name, I just realized I haven't seen the talk by the fire. Hi, Franzo. Do you want a nut? Hi, my girl. There you go. There you go. Do you want another one? Do you want another one? Fatso is back. She went missing for 5 days. And because she is 12 years old, living around raptors and predators, I thought her time was up because she didn't eat anything from a peanut box. And the temperature cooled down, and she was back today. And she's been collecting shelled nuts, one after the other. She's getting ready with a stash. She's getting ready to mate again. That's about the time she would mate and then have a second litter in August, end of July, August. So she is getting the stash ready. But she got me worried I mean, she's 12 years old, living in the wild, and she's never been in captivity at all. I saw her when I first started to work here, and she cannot be mistaken. She has no tails. But 12 years old in the wild, while you have all these eagles, hawks, owls, coyotes, even the raccoons will eat squirrels. It's a pretty good run. I better to stuff my pockets with more nuts. All right, I've got some nuts. I stuff my pockets with walnuts, hazelnuts, pecans, and almonds. Also, she'll always go for the pecan and the walnut first. And I've got my other phone in case if she comes back, I can film a short. Hi, Master Blaster Stacker. It has definitely cooled down. I had to get some long sleeves on. So yesterday I was in a tank top, and at 3 p.m. I went, what the heck, I'm so cold. And I had to get changed. Temperature drop happened so fast, but that's Colorado for you. So as it gets more active on the nest and we can see what kind of personality it has, I'll put up a community post asking for name suggestions, and then we'll just vote on the community post for 3 names. And the name winner, whoever chose that name, will have named Eaglet. I usually name them, but I thought maybe it would be fun for the viewers to name them. And we still have to find a name for Mama and Papa. I think Papa could be called Lazy, Missing in Action. And Mama, Hard Worker, Do It Alone, Single and Proud. I don't know, I was just throwing, you know. But I've got kind of a sarcastic, very direct, as we know, outspoken personality. What I think, I just blurp it out. Also, I had to learn when I lost my other channel to just practice mouth speed bump. I don't know if you can hear it, the squirrels are having a domestic. Oh, magpies are here. That sound is a magpie. I've got a magpie fledge, and it almost came to me until Mama warned it, human, go away. There you go, that's Mama on the fledge. Magpie, that's a magpie sound. I'll let you listen at it. I think it might be letting me know the nuts are out. Oh, hummingbird just flew by, finches and orioles. And the crackle bird, blackbird, cackle, crackle, can't remember what it is called. Maybe it might stay in the nest. I don't know where Mama is. I haven't scoped on the rock face. Well, I guess it's napping for now, but the first 24 minutes were worth it. So I'm going to call it a day and go to find me some wildlife for some shorts. Oh, every time I say I'm going, it's moving. This is the nest. All right, well, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Remember, I'm filming wildlife, so I cannot pre-plan my live streams. I could tell you tonight 7 p.m., but I might see nothing. So I come on when I see wildlife, all on their time and schedule, not mine. All right, well, thank you for watching. And I'll see you all on the next one. Thank you, Frosty. Nice to see you again. And nice to see you again as Evil Warren. It's all natural footage, so it doesn't look glamorous. Like maybe other wildlife channel I do not use. I've got only an old phone, a scope, well, 2 scopes. And I do not use filters. I do not edit to make it look and sound better. What I see is what you see. I keep it raw, authentic, and natural. And I definitely do not use any AI to make it look better. What we see is what really happened. I like natural, authentic, simple, simplicity. There is a certain kind of beauty in simplicity, right? And it seems these days we don't see a lot of authentic, natural, raw stuff any longer. All right, you all have a good weekend too. I might be back. Today is a cool day, so it might be up a lot more. So time will tell. Oh, look at that, it started to move again. Is it moving or not? Oh, it was repositioning. All right, blessings. You have a good day, night, evening. It all depends where you're from in the world. Bye, blessings. Have a good Sunday.